Yeah, we are back again here today to discuss our community social forward TV. We are live and direct, and I want you to join us wherever you are this moment as we discuss, of course, a very important issues bordering on the Nigerian social political reality. We have very notable analyst who is here to discuss with us this morning. You are most welcome, Mr. Daniel Michael.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's a pleasure having you in today's political rumbles here in Correct TV.
Good morning. It's been a very wet day in Lagos.
Honestly, raining cats and dogs, and people are busy, of course, moving to their various destinations. It's been a very wonderful moment, so to say. The weather is very cool and friendly, honestly. But then you can't deny it. I'm surprised you're not wearing a sweater, that you are not catching cold.
I'll be fine.
Wow, that is
I'll be
excellent.
fine.
Well, according to global reports, corruption has been a cog in the wheel of Nigerian progress and development. So, what is your take on that?
Of course, that is absolutely correct. Over the years, as far back as even since independence, corruption, mismanagement of state resources has been a plug in the wheel of progress in our nation, and it has driven every sector, as it were, and the impact has been very negative on our dear nation, cut across different sectors of our nation, from economy to education to infrastructure. I mean, name it. Not deploying the resources of our nation properly. People siphoning funds meant for specific projects, and all of that has retarded the progress of our country. And I think it's a statement of facts without nice words.
Ever since independence, we have been stuck in the wheel of motionless. And it appears that there is no system to address the rascality and on the part of the political office holders, and that of course encourages other people to do the same part, because there is no measure or check in place to discourage other politicians to do the same. So what do you think we can do at this particular time? We have been known globally to be a corrupt country, which is a negative public image. How do you remedy that? Why is it that the system encourages such?
Thank you. Just about the system that you mentioned, and I think that is where I want to start from. we have a system that encourages even corruption. When things are shrouded in secrecy and there is no openness in governance and all of that, there is no accountability in government cycle, what you are giving room for is corruption. And I think that is where to start from when you make the entire system very open, when there is accountability from time to time. People can track how funds are being deployed and how wastages are being cut. So what government has done over the years is to fight individuals, which is to a large extent good, but the result is minimal. When you go out just after individual without addressing the system that make it happen, it's like you are treating the symptoms and not the disease. Why are people corrupt and all of that? What how can a man move out a 1 billion naira from the system and nothing is flashing alarm? There is no alarm sign, there is no alarm sound coming from such sector and all of that. So we must begin to look at our system again, that will make accountability possible and not too cumbersome, that will make transparency the order of the day and all of that. Then we can now begin to address individuals that have corrupt tendency within that system. But it must first start by looking at these factors that makes the system prone to corruption. And that's the way I see it.
Like in the early 60s, 70s, and the late 80s, the corruption index is not as not pronounced as it is in this moment. Could it be that, of course, the political elites, because of the attractiveness of the political offices and their allowances or whatever entitlement that is given to them, but corruption is being enhanced. Everybody wants to take to the political office for the very purpose of investing and enriching himself, not to serve humanity. I greet you, Uche, Derek. Thank you very much for joining us and every other one. Please, you're free to comment at the comment section. Let's have your own, of course, views and reservations regarding these topical issues. Keeping it live, you can go ahead.
I think I would disagree with the fact that in the probably 60s and 70s, corruption is not, it's not there. It has always been there. I think the awareness is what has changed. It has always been there. Don't forget, even as far back as probably the 70s, the last time that 2.8 billion naira of oil money getting. So it has always been there. As far back as then, such humongous amount of money went missing in our nation. And so, I mean, without notice, don't forget, nothing will blink. Just as I said earlier. So it's always been there. It is just the awareness that I would say has increased, probably because of the new media that we have and all of that. Things can really go very fast in terms of awareness now. Probably that is why we are now seeing in that light. But as I said, it has always been there. Average politicians is just looking for how to manipulate the system to the advantage, which is corrupt tendencies and all of that. So it's always been there. Not that it's just imagined. It's always been there.
It's always been there. And could you compare, of course, the military regime to that civilian regime or democratic regime as less corrupt compared to what we are seeing here billions and trillions of dollars have been expended unaccounted for, and why the people have been impoverished on daily basis. So could you say at this time that the military dispensation is less corrupt than what we are seeing here?
Not at all. There is no difference between the military and civilian in terms of corruption. Don't forget, these are same people. Some of the people we have in government today are once military guys. So, I mean, it's the person, not what you are putting on. It is not the toga that you are putting on, it's about the person inside those materials. So it doesn't matter whether you are putting on a uniform or a civilian attire. It is the personality that is involved here. So in terms of comparison, I don't see that anyone is better. They are the ones that are corrupt among them are just corrupt, irrespective of what they are putting on.
But from what you have seen, we know that none of them is sent. But among the two devils, which one would have been preferred? Because Nigerians have felt a bit better during the military regime. Even the last military regime wasn't as bad as the best democratic system we have here.
And I'll tell you what happened in terms of comparing the two now. For the military, as I said, the corruption is there and it is humongous. But there will be less noise because the military are involved now. Nobody dares talk about it and all of that. So there will be absolute, probably close to absolute silence in terms of talking about it and in terms of getting the people aware of what is going on. While in the
Democratic
democratic in quotes now, I want to put it in quotes, democratic dispensation in quotes, people have right to talk and all of that, just the way we are doing now, which may not be the case in a military setting. So it is not because they are better off, but because of the force that is involved in the military, there is absolute silence when it comes to talking about leadership being corrupt, and you have more freedom to speak in a democratic setting, and that is the difference. But the corruption goes on in both systems
unchecked.
unchecked.
And it's more alarming at this time because it has never been in the history of Nigeria where over 133 million Nigerians were satisfied to be multi-dimensionally poor in the midst of abundance that is being carted away by these senseless and irresponsible set of politicians we have in present time. Now, just a little surprise, Village Bank, being a commercial bank, declares interest or, of course, the revenue, multiple or triple generation of revenue in the first half of the year. Even when most of the Nigerians are losing their jobs, there are no good new ones being created. So how are they making these profits? They are not giving loans to small scale businesses to thrive. I mean, the entire economy is comatose. It's in comatose. And yet they are making such humongous profits. Could it be from the deductions here and there from the already battered masses? Where are the bankers making such billions of naira?
I'm not a banker, and it's not my field. But at least from what we can perceive, the banking sector has not been doing well in terms of giving support to the people, even to their customers in terms of loans that you mentioned and some other financial support that is needed. So it is unfortunate that that is the position, despite the fact that they declare a huge amount of profits and all of that. At the end of financial year, we are also aware that some of the banks get involved in round tripping, where dollars is taken for at an official rate, only to be disbursed to the BDCs, the exchange guys, and under 3 minutes, hundreds of millions are already on ground in terms of profit. So these are some of the sharp practices that go on within the banking industry, which I think government should be willing to stem such ties.
Honestly, depending on, but I was shocked that such profits could be made while the economy is considering even the inflation rate. People are losing their jobs and things are not, of course, as it ought to be. Why these people are smiling homes in billions of naira? Well, what do you think would be the way forward to redeem our already damaged public reputation in the community of nations? Nigeria is known to be the most corrupt or one of the most corrupt countries of the world, which is even affecting the Nigerian citizens wherever they might find themselves. They have been subjected to such level of scrutiny that is very damaging.
Yeah, I think government should begin to do the right thing. Just as we are having, there is a lot of cleanup going on in the CBN. It's not a bad place to start when it comes to cleaning up.
Clean up, or is it a reporting?
I mean,
Possibly.
we call it whatever name. As far as I'm concerned, as long as it will result into better management of our financial system, I think for me it is in order. So if we can have the CBN get clean up and right people are put to head the affairs of that financial institution, then that may begin to have other impacts on the banks in terms of setting standards, setting new financial standards for operators of our financial systems, which I think is not a bad place to start.
Akintola Williams, being the doyen of accountants, have joined his ancestors 104 years. What can you say about that?
Our heart goes out to the entire family of the Akintola Williams. We celebrate God for his life. 104 is grace. The doing of accounting profession, as we have said, we celebrate God for his life. We thank God for the impact he's been able to make while he was in his lifetime. So our heart goes out to the family.
Yes, Conway TV sincerely commiserates with the family of Akintola Williams on the passing away of their beloved father, son, and uncle. And may the good Lord continue to give them the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. Well, it's a life well celebrated. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael. I do appreciate you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for your wonderful submission this morning. Yes, as we continue the political numbers here, today, and indeed, we may have an opportunity to discuss pertinent issues. Here comes a very notable personality, and
You are calling me notable personality.
yes, of course, and as a scholar in journalism, you are most welcome.
Welcome.
Christian Chiki.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I want you to comment on the global report indicting Nigeria as the most corrupt can say, of course, this corruption has hampered their progress and development, resulting to 140 million citizens of this country multi-dimensionally poor.
Okay, let's start with this. You can see the drilling system here.
That was thought,
Yeah.
but it was not covered up.
Let's use that as an example to explain what we mean by corruption. One of the most corrupt countries in Africa. This is not the most corrupt country in Africa. Look at every institution we have in the country today. Start from local government, start from the parastatals, start from such institutions like the LASMA. I'm using Lagos as an example. LASMA, Lamata, and other organizations. You see that what makes those that would become officials in these places, the requirement to become an employee of such is sponsored by corruption. For you to get to certain points in some of these ministries, it is sponsored by corruption. So from the foundation in our institutions currently in Nigeria today, we have corrupt people or people that are a product of corruption holding positions of power. I don't want to reveal some things because I was in one local government and I saw for myself the incompetence in that local government, and we just have one or two persons at the top that know their job. They just use them as cover. You understand? So Nigeria is a corrupt country. It is endemic. It will take us hundreds of years for us to flush out whatever we call corruption. It will take us a lot, even in our society. The way cars are parked, all these little things they count. The way the officials conduct themselves, the way houses are built, the way the buildings we have are being constructed, the approvals we have, different things, the way contracts, the way custom media thing, everything is just corrupt. So you don't just find an institution that is void of corruption and you expect the country to move forward. So Nigeria is one of the headquarters of corruption in Africa. Look at the presidency, look at the tribunal, look at what is happening, look at procedures, look at the judgment giving, look at what we are saying, look at what happened during the election, look at the electoral malpractice. In the open the eyes of everyone, people came out and said some people should not vote, and that's not been proved. We spent 3 something billion naira for beavers and arrows to work, and the tribunal is telling us that they had other options aside beavers that was spent taxpayers money of over 300 billion naira. So you see, corruption is just like a national anthem. Corruption is just like a way of life in Nigeria. Nobody cares whatever the other person is doing. You see, no matter just the way we are doing it, you see a young lady wearing promiscuous dress on the road. Someone will correct that person. But some people will wear something that is close to undies on the way on the streets. Nobody has the guts to correct that person because of how corrupt the society is. So we are in a mess currently.
We are in a mess. I think you make a very frantic submission that products of corruptions and manning the elected positions aggravate the situation. Yes, Mr. Andrew, thank you for your greetings. We appreciate you, Mr. Uche. We appreciate you once again and every viewer here this morning. We are live and direct discussing about the endemic corruption ravaging the entire facet of existence of Nigerian state, which has come to the global awareness that we have been, of course, indicted by the global reports. Corruption is one of the most cancerous eating up the fabric of our existence as a people and as a nation. Well, how do we get rid of this corrupt product of corruption, manning elected positions, endangering the future of the entire office?
I think we start from when we talk about getting rid of corruption, we start from our society, societal information, whereby each family has a value, and that value is represented in a community, and that community is represented in the state and generally. We don't have a societal value in this country. One which when somebody does something that is wrong, you have people that are going to support that person. They are coming from a family that have a kind of value. You understand? Somebody took bad boys and ran away, and some people will defend that person. It is from a family, a deformed society, a society that is bastardized by ignominy. So we need to deal with our society. Then we cannot do with our institutions. Then we do it those that are the like the judiciary, the executive, and the institution. Because if we don't deal with it in our society, no matter how you want to start from whoever the president is, whoever the governor is, start fighting corruption, it is impossible because we are going to use people to fight corruption. So if those people are not purged of corruption, if the family is not purged of immoral values, then it's possible to fight corruption.
Can you, of course, watch the powers that be? We've had the incumbent president in a viral video escorting his loyalists to snatch it, to take it and run by it. And he also affirmed that he's going to fight dirty. To such a statement coming from a leader of such a caliber.
I don't blame him
And what,
because
of course, a signal does that send down to the grassroots?
I wish to answer this question in a particular manner. I don't blame him because the politicians and the people they are on the same page. The politicians and the majority of the people they are on the same page. The reason why you can have such uprisings in Niger Republic is that the politicians and the people they are not on the same page. That's why you have countries like you see people come out, riots, protests, and they are in one voice. The politicians are doing their own. The people have a different ideology. If somebody tells you to Mr. Chibeze, grab it and run away, because you have a different ideology from that person, you will not attest to that. So the problem is that the politicians and majority of the people they are on the same page. Some people are just pretending because if they get the opportunity, they will do worse than whoever that is there, whether it's Shirley, whether it's they will do worse. You understand? So the problem is that we have majority of people that will be used as tools to foster corruption. That's the problem. If the people are not as corrupt as the politicians, they cannot manipulate us with ethnicity and religion. But because the people are as corrupt, even much more, if they have the opportunity as the politicians, that's why they are having their way and they are manipulating us. So that's just it.
So the level of leadership we have, or the nature of leadership
We deserve the leadership we get.
what the masses deserve.
Yes.
Especially the majority of the masses,
Yes.
not all the masses.
Yes, not all, majority.
But that is quite unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
How do we navigate out of this? Because no society is sustainable without good governance. And corruption is one of the things, at least to be reduced to bearable minimum.
Yeah.
But corruption seems to be the normal norm, and the way of life of an average Nigerian, especially the political elites and the spokespersons. And how do we get rid of this cancerous and destructive character within the society to chart the way forward?
Okay, as a father, your basic responsibility is to shelter. If you have a child, the basic responsibility is to shelter and feed that child. Anything short of that basic responsibility, that child is going to die. So when we have a government that is failing in its basic responsibility, there is bound to be corruption. So if you can get the government to fulfill or to get be responsible for its basic responsibility as provided by the constitution, then we can say we can start fighting corruption. Now, the basic responsibility is protection of citizens, the welfare of citizens according to the constitution. Protection, security, the welfare of the citizens. So is this government that we find ourselves in since 1999, are they protecting their citizens? Do they have welfare for their citizens? The reason why people can protest in London is because there's a social package that's for everybody. There's a basic package that's for everybody. In US and other European countries,
everybody is given equal opportunity.
Basic package. If you're not working self, there are some things that you get from the government naturally that will make you want to even sit at home and say you want to stay for like 5 months, and the government will be paying. Why would there be corruption? Why would corruption increase? It will reduce. But because that the government has failed in
primary responsibility. That's why it's difficult. Until we make them fulfill that, or we make them rise up to the occasion and provide the necessary things Nigeria needs.
And I think the National Orientation
That's the dead agency.
the National Orientation Agency need to be orientated
Yes.
because I don't know what they are doing.
We don't know whether they are
Absence,
existing.
their presence is not present at all.
We don't. When you say national, I don't know. You see, we are you say in this country. When you say national orientation agency, I went for an event and I saw somebody representing national orientation agency, and because we were trying to defend what they were doing, which is not missing. This is what we are talking about. When you have such people like that, why would politicians use such people? You understand? So the problem is that there should be a revolution that starts from you and I. You should not be afraid to die because Nigerians, not Nigeria, they are afraid to die. Have a conviction. Have a conviction in yourself that I want to make a change. Irrespective whether anybody is going to join you, then you can be contagious. You can inflict others without your conviction. Because when they see conviction in you, they will also join you.
And the sincerity
Yes,
of
they will join you naturally. You don't need to pay people to come and join you. Because no matter our papers these days, they don't pay people. If people are really like what look at people in this campaign. People are convinced that this guy is going to do wonders. That's why he doesn't spend much in his campaign. People naturally join him.
because they trusted him,
Yes.
having been proven.
Within 9 months, he was able to pull one of the biggest movements in Africa. Within 9 months, which has never happened in the history of Nigeria. So if you stand for a cause and you are convicted, others will convict and join you. Then from there we spread. The reason why we had the propagation of the gospel, some people were ready to die for the gospel. They are ready to die, shed their lives. They don't care whether anybody is joining them. If they are the only one that will stand, they don't care. We have Nigerians today. It's about what they are going to eat and everything. They don't care. They are looking at their own well-being first before what they are fighting for.
And unfortunately, they lose votes.
They lose on all sides.
We've been willing, of course, to be bearing and demand for good governance and justice on the part of the political elites.
Yeah.
Would that be possible without a system, a viable system that would prevent the excesses and abuse of power by the political elites?
Initially I supported Sowore, but the reason why I supported Peter was that he brought a kind of an ideology that is void of corruption, an ideology that brings about transparency and accountability. These are three things that build a system that I believe in. Void of corruption, even though there is corruption, when there is transparency and accountability, accessibility in any system, that system will work. You know, I'm supporting the BBM movement as it were, although not all of them, not everyone in that BBM movement can be reasonable. But what is driving that force is void of corruption, transparency, accountability. What would have that 400 billion naira was recovered from subsidy removal? Sarah now asks the president Bola Tinubu, okay, tell us how you share this money. Till tomorrow, you have not known, but nobody cares to explain.
Yeah, 400 billion every month. That's in the last 3 months. More than 1.2 trillion was recovered, that according to.
If the government is transparent, believe me, people will support the government. If the government is transparent and is accessible and they can verify, people will support the government. You understand? The only way we can get to that point is when we build up a system like this Obedient movement. If they can do that for a number of years and inflict that, I don't know, that ideology in people, I think we are going to have such systems work for Nigeria. But the old order, nothing can work.
Nothing can
5
work.
billion naira for palliative. Last time we heard, they say they didn't give up 5 billion naira, it's 3 billion naira. Students loan, what is happening? Students loan, we are not hearing about student loan again.
That student loan appears to be a scam because according to the act that established it, there will be an independent bank, financial institution that will handle that, which will be created by the same act. Such bank or institution have not been created that is serving with the responsibility of disbursing such as student loans.
They are not prepared with groundwork
So
for
the
that.
subject of availability of funds. So you can understand that already people have been technically skimmed out of the
Scam.
accessibility of such
Dangote
funds.
refinery, where is Dangote refinery?
They put us into work in
So
July.
this system they are
From
operating
July to August, August to September, basically in our work
2025,
for
the next, yeah,
2025.
yeah, yeah, that's the next date for.
Now, why is it that the government was so fast to commission something that is not yet in completion?
APC is a party, it is known, even APC supporters, they tell me, is a party of propaganda. They are very good at using propaganda to foster whatever they want to foster. They have been lying to Nigerians since Buhari. Remember Buhari promised all the promises. None of them came to pass.
Except one, that all will be soaked in blood, all baboons and monkeys will be soaked in the blood. I think he kept such promises. In his time,
The baboons were not soaked in blood though.
we saw the unimaginable deaths across the nations, across the entire regions, where people die like chickens. Even chickens have not experienced such level of casualty.
Look at the dollar now, the propaganda on the dollar. Look at so many things that they have brought out. You see the propaganda there. So with that system, when the foundation is destroyed, there's nothing you can do. When you come through the window and start cleaning the house, who are you? When you read an election and you think you are going to succeed in governance, you have been there since 1960 and nothing has happened.
And unfortunately, people would have trusted the judiciary. So, what is the place of judiciary in fighting corruption? If we have a credible judiciary, can Nigeria be talking of corruption to such a height at this time?
The people the judiciary, the justices, they are from the Nigerian society. They went to the same school they went to the law school. Some of them might not even have certificates. And the system of preferential treatment, system of nepotism, they have brought them to that level that they are. You can see how incompetent the CGN under Buhari was. Tanko. There's a report that he went outside the country to write an exam, he failed woefully. That's the Chief Justice of Nigeria that could not pass an international exam.
Within his constituency.
You understand? So if we have such people, you just know that they expect much. They are from the society, and the society is corrupt. Don't just expect much from them. Don't just expect. See, don't just expect. Even before the judgment, I told some people that Peter will be Atiku. They are not going to get justice. They are going to get a judgment, not justice. People have not seen me talk like this before. They are not going to get judgment, justice. They are going to get a judgment, and it happened. Before the election, I told people that Bolaki was going to win because I saw the handwriting on the wall. This guy can confirm it. This brother can confirm it to me. It was going to win because I saw that no, they are put bachelors in ground to win the election. And they win the election, they hide the evidence. So you don't have evidence to take to court, the court will now strike out your case. That's what just happened at the last election. So don't put your mind on usually for now. Don't put your mind. Just put your mind on building. Start with your conviction. Convince other people. Have a movement. Take that movement.
Have a movement. We are talking about critical mass that will, of course, trigger the revolution. That is mass movement. It is no longer.
There's one movement, obedient movement. Who will say that I think guys what they be? No. See, I look at what they stand for. Although there are some people that talk anyhow, but that's you can see that with every kind of movement. But look at what they stand for. Even though they're not doing it right, but look at what they stand for. That's what I'm looking at. You understand? So such movement is what we need that will move the country forward. You see, Enugu now they have put the visa no visa ban, a visa collection center, the United Kingdom. Let me not even go there. If it has a certain movement with an ideology, make that happen. You understand? So we need people that fought in the past without weapons. They formed the movement. an ideology and people bought into an ideology. And there's one thing about people, but if people believe you, it's very hard for those people not to believe you again. Move around the ideology,
Especially
it's
if
very
you are
hard.
consistent with
Yes,
your
yes,
ideologies and position. Just like Mazin Nandekano, who
yes.
has enjoyed as the support
His
of over
broadcast,
70
his
million
broadcast was just
persons.
convincing people. You know, Igbo man is a very difficult person to convince. But he continues his broadcast and people bought into it. And it's very hard for people to leave that ideology. You can't just use the banner of God and say, leave the ideology. No. You understand? But if you have an ideology and people buy into it, you are made for life.
What is the way forward for Nigerians? Can we continue to wait for eternity to begin to enjoy life? I mean, the life expectancy of an average Nigerian is less than 35% based on the current realities. Then what happens to the our younger generations, our children, and of course, we that are still alive? How do we define the way forward? And the posterity to come? Do we define or redefine ourselves? Or could you at this time call for the dissolution of Nigeria in order to dismember those corrupt leaders and dislodge them forever?
The best thing to do now, I will choose you answer the question. So let me take from two answers. We defining ourselves, yes, it's part of it. But let me talk about the solution of Nigeria. It is important that we want to divide Nigeria or reorganize Nigeria. We need to make sure people believe in. Let that start from the minds of people. You don't just talk it by mouth. Yes, I don't just say it by mouth. Let's divide Nigeria. Convince people. Let people know the reason why you need to divide Nigeria. Let people know.
With the happenings, do you need any special reason now? People are impoverished, hunger in the land.
Yeah, there's more
We are
people.
talking of corruption, endemic for that matter. And it appears there is no way, and people have lost confidence in the judicial system, which should have been the last hope for a common man.
Of common man.
Then what is left for a common man?
Judiciary last hope of
Having
common
been
man.
pushed to the wall.
Judiciary last hope of common man.
According to some opinion or school of thought,
You see, let them.
that has been proven, of course, to be false.
I don't know why I want to talk today.
Nigerians.
The society we are is two society. We have the rich and the poor.
That is the two tribes in Nigeria.
It is not even religion. It's not ethnicity. It's the rich, the higher class and lower class. So the common man, those in the end days they are using to deceive the common man, like the judiciary. If you are going to court, you know how much you pay. Like you want to take someone to court, you know how much you pay. So let's forget those things. Judiciary is not the last of the common man. It's for the politicians. The system is good for the politicians and those that are in power. The top class, those that have money, capitalists. So let's forget that. The only solution I've been saying it is that convince yourself that this is what I want to pursue. I'm willing to die for it. I go for it. When people see you, even in the next 100 years, the lifestyle of Jesus, people saw him and they followed him without him talking to them. So let people see that you are standing for this, you are fighting for this. You have to. Buhari has followers. With the jihadists, whatever, he still has followers. He was consistent and he still has followers. So no matter how bad or good it is, if you have a conviction, you pursue it consistently. You see people follow you.
Finally, could this be an advantage to Simon Ekpa, who claimed to be the Prime Minister of Biafra in exile? With the latest developments and pronouncement by the global reports, could this enhance the chances of Simon Ekpa in his doggedness and relentless efforts to restore the government of Biafra?
This Amonepa issue, I don't want to comment on it, but let me just say one thing about. I don't like the style Samonepa is using. Most Namikani would not use such method. Probably people have their different methods. Understand? But I think he is bitter about the way Nigeria is treating the Southeast and Biafrans. So and he's acting in his own way. That's how I would say. And some of them are using fruits. But I don't think. I think when we all come together and agree with one voice.
Can that be possible? By we, are you referring to the ethnic
Ethiopia has been divided into two now.
Okay, by your own findings.
The IPOP that is saying sit at home and the IPOP that is saying sit at home, are they not two? Yes, now there are two. The DOS and the Samuel Ekpa, the autopilot, are they not two? The one that they say let's sack Nnamdi Kanu lawyer, no, let's not sack Nnamdi Kanu brother is a thief, he's not the thief. In the same IPOP, are they not two? Let everybody come together and put their heads together and let's move forward, because if you are divided in your camp, it is your own brother that can bring you that much more than that outsider.
Wow, that is quite interesting. I do appreciate your
Thank you very
time
much.
here, Mr. Christian. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
this wonderful submission and your time.
Thank you.
Yes, on this note, of course, we intend to wrap it up in today's program. But before then, esteemed fans, we do appreciate you for watching us. Keeping it real has been our greatest commitment here. It's been a rainy day, and we appreciate everyone, of course, who contributed and expressed their candid opinions regarding the happenings within the Nigerian socio-political sphere as far as this moment is concerned. Bringing this report is Chigazin Bibo. Wishing you all the best. Yes, how do we navigate out of this really and unfortunate incident? It's quite really unfortunate, honestly. I thank the SM Council who has made comments, of course, expressed their opinions regarding the matters. I thank you. I welcome you to this wonderful moment. Keep, of course, in tune with us. And I encourage that you join our YouTube channel membership by one of supporting us so that we can, of course, sustain this tempo and also get some important gadgets in order to deliver, of course, effectively in this cause and in this service to humanity. Thank you once again. You are most appreciated. And I hope Nigerians will get to understand that no one, no society, no nation can move forward except it rids itself of corruption, except it rids itself of those things that hinders, of course, their progress and continuity as a people. Well, if Nigerians plans to rise up at this time, they may not have a country, and Nigeria may become a history because corruption will totally destroy the fabric of existence, and that will, of course, result to the collapse of the entire system. Nigeria is almost at the peak of collapse, but we hope that something will be done well, more urgently. But then, most people do not agree with the Nigerian project. They are calling for the restoration of the Biafran state and the death of Oduduwa, which means by influence, Nigerians are divided over the continuity of the Nigerian state. They prefer, of course, having their own state and running their own affairs, controlling their own regions, and determine their own posterity and their own progress by their own efforts, having a unified, and does Nigeria have a vision where they want to get to in the next 20, the next 10 years. If Nigeria were driven by visionary leaders, we would have been where we are. Nigeria, of course, wouldn't have been where it is now. With the enormous resources and unfortunately human capital, of course, our resources, we are yet where we are. This is quite unfortunate, and it is very disturbing incidents. Honestly, thank you so much. I really appreciate you very much, and you are wonderful. Well, someone, of course, the Biafra nation is the way forward, according to over 70 million Nigerians pro-Biafrans agitators. Now let's watch and see how that happens in the course of time. With that, at this time, the possible world, it becomes a subject of time. But whatever happens, we are interested in human society. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. God greetings, wonderful greetings for Chigas and people. Have a very fantastic moment wherever you might be at this moment. Bye until the next edition.